what's up guys, I'm Jacob Kaufman, I'm in the street, and today I am just taking a few minutes to tell you all what I thought of OpenSUSE 13.1 using it this summer. So OpenSUSE was actually the first Linux distribution that I used on this computer. Not the first distribution that I ever used, but the first one I used on this computer, and I recently decided to try it out again. And it is certainly looking very nice. I had heard lots of good things about it. I had heard things from people like the Linux Action Show saying that it's Linux for adults. I've heard lots of people saying that it's very, very stable. That's not exactly what I found, but I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. As you can see here, I am getting ready to install my next distribution, which I'll do a different video on. But you can see, or you'll be able to see in a minute, I'm copying the last of my files off of this computer. So while I'm doing that, I might as well bring you over. Let me switch to a new virtual desktop, and I will bring the camera over here. Alright, now I'm sorry everyone that we don't have a screen recorder running right now, and also we're not using my Yeti, obviously. We are using the camera's built-in microphone. Normally I would prepare for this video a bit more, but I actually wasn't planning on switching to my next distribution for another week or two. However, I just got so ticked off with the little things in OpenSUSE I decided I'm going to go ahead and install the other distribution today or tonight. So yeah, that's why I'm copying all my files off of it. I didn't want to record anything because that would be more stuff I have to copy off of it. This is the OpenSUSE desktop. OpenSUSE supports GNOME and KDE. You can also get it with XFCE and LXDE, but GNOME and KDE are its two supported versions. KDE is its recommended version, and I like KDE, so I decided to use KDE. As you can see, I'm into the whole widget deal. I changed the desktop widget to show my home folder, and I've got just CPU usage, disk activity, RAM usage, disk usage, a binary clock there, and the very, very fun bouncy ball that I get to play with whenever I'm just bored and not doing anything in particular. As you can see, let's wait for that to stop in case any of you out there have ADHD and don't want to have that flying around while I'm talking. Over in the bottom left, we do have a little menu. I know you can't see it very well, but I've got Firefox, Kdenlive, OpenShot, Audacity, Inkscape, Simple Screen Recorder, Dolphin, Console, Mumble, and some setting stuff and VirtualBox at the bottom there. This is the standard KDE menu. OpenSUSE did not really customize KDE other than like the desktop background and the theme, and I do like the theme. If I pop open the copying progress here, as you can see, it's really nice. Everything is green, and green is not my favorite color, but I do think that the entire environment looks very, very sharp. You can see the green. No, you can't see it. All right, well, take my word for it. This thing is a nice green. It's not white, it's green. And the progress bar here is green, and this stuff down here is green, and it's all nicely tinted and shaded, and it looks very, very smooth. I was very, very pleased with how OpenSUSE looks and how it's used. I really like, just the KDE desktop environment and how they've got it set up. As you can see, I've got our speaker stuff here. I did have to go in, and I had to manually add the correct speakers to my sound controller. We've got our available devices pop up here, and here you can see we've got a battery monitor, and I don't know when they started including this in Linux, but I saw this in the Linux Mint Debian Edition installation I did, and I also saw it here in OpenSUSE. I really, really like that distributions are coming with battery monitors now. This is a desktop computer, as you can see. That's the desktop right there that this is running on. But it's got battery monitors for both of my mice. Not only does it show like one of my mice, it shows both my mouse and my touchpad. So that is very, very nice. Just standard KDE stuff. Like I said, everything is green. The circle here is green. Just everything is nice and smooth and tinted correctly. I did enable some effects such as wobbly windows that were not enabled by default, obviously. But yeah, gosh, it really pains me that you cannot see this very well. There you go. Now you can see it a bit. As you can see, this thing is green. Let's see if you can see the bottom thing here. You can see a little bit that stuff is green, and it all matches. It's not all the exact same shade, but it all matches and all blends very well. So very, very nice, like I said. Yeah, so I like the way OpenSUSE looks, and I like the way that you're supposed to use it. The problems were in little bugs I found here and there and everywhere. First of all, whenever I open up Minecraft on this machine, sometimes when I open it and close it immediately, I don't see this, but when I open Minecraft up, I leave it open for a little bit, obviously, to play, and then I close it again. A lot of times, the screen will flash after I close out of Minecraft, like the screen will go blank, and then it will sort of tessellate. And I've got a picture of what I'm talking about, because I know tessellation is not a technical term. I've got a picture of exactly what I'm talking about, and that is what I see on my screen after I close Minecraft. And when I move my mouse around, it's weird. All the triangles and stuff on the screen move around, but the machine's completely broken. I have to hold down the power button and turn it on again. So yeah, that's annoying. Also, I found a bug in Audacity. I use Audacity a whole lot, and it's really annoying that when you play and pause, or when you pause and play, basically whenever you press the space bar 2 times right next to each other, then Audacity will freeze, and then it won't do anything until you try and X out of it, and then it will say, would you like to terminate this application? I'm like, yeah. Another thing, I really, really, really like the task manager. If you click Control-Alt-Escape, this system activity thing comes up, and that's basically the task manager. I maximized it so you can see it a bit better. As you can see, I've got all my processes running here. I can sort them by memory consumption. I can sort them by CPU usage. And yeah, it's really nice. I can sort them by name. I really like having this. And what I found was Minecraft, even though when I closed it, it would crash the computer. If you right-click it and go to Send Signal and click Kill, then yeah, it would not crash because it would just stop improperly. I know that's not how you're supposed to stop programs, but it worked. Now I know that you can do all these. You can do stop, continue, hang up, interrupt, terminate. You can do all of these things from the command line, but you need to look up the process ID of whatever process you're talking about first. And I like being able to see what's using up all of my system resources, and I like being able to just right-click and click Send Signal. Now the problem is, in Linux Mint, the System Activity Manager, when the rest of the computer was frozen, the System Activity Manager would still be okay. In OpenSUSE, I don't know what's different about it. I'm sorry, I'm not knowledgeable enough to know exactly what would cause this. But when the rest of the computer freezes, the System Activity Manager also freezes. Also, I cannot do like Control-Alt. If I do Control-Alt like F08. Alright, so apparently I cannot Control-Alt F2 or F3 to get into a text console for some reason. You can do that. I know you can do that in every distribution. I don't know why that's not working. Maybe it's something with my keyboard, but it was working on Linux Mint. So it's not just my keyboard. Kdenlive worked well for the most part. You know, there's always a crash or two when I run myself out of RAM or something that's my fault. Audacity was very unstable, and for a while, as you can see, Mumble takes a second to load there. For a while, Mumble would take like 30 seconds to load, and that's a lot, you know, for loading a program. But an update came out that fixed that, and there were some other problems that updates fixed as well, such as Kdenlive. When I set it to use 4 cores or 8 cores, because I've got 8, you know, theoretical threads here, I've got hyper-threading enabled. So when I set Kdenlive to use 8 cores on my processor, sometimes it would only use 1 core, even though I set it to use 8 cores. And so that would, you know, it would multiply the amount of time it takes to complete the video render by 8. But yeah, eventually an update came out that fixed that. So I do feel that lots of people, lots of good developers are looking at OpenSUSE and actually working on things. So that's nice. I do like OpenSUSE's update manager. Generally, I used Yast to install packages, and I used Apper to update packages. I really, really like that you can update packages. Like when you get updates, I can't show you it right now because I don't have any updates available. But when you get updates, generally they would show up in the notification area. There would be like a bug as an icon that would say you have 20 updates available, and you could click on it and you could click install right there and put in your password, and then it would go down the list right in the notification area, and it would say downloading, installing, and then it would just go away when it was done. So yeah, very, very nice. Not only do I not have to restart my computer, that's pretty much every Linux distribution, but yeah, the fact that I don't even have to open up Apper to check for updates. I don't even have to, even if it checks for updates, like Ubuntu, it'll say you have updates available, and then you would have to open up the update manager. In OpenSUSE, Apper has something where, you can take care of the whole process in the notification area without opening up an application at all. So that was very nice. You can see the software updater right there. It's not open, but you can check for new updates right there. So yeah, I was very, very, I was looking forward to using OpenSUSE, and I'm glad I tried it out. I do think that it's a bit unstable compared to what I expected of it, because OpenSUSE is a very mature distribution. It's one of the top 5 distributions out there in terms of popularity. So I would have expected it to be much more stable. But it's got some nice things like software.opensuse.org is very nice. You can go there and install any programs that aren't in the repositories by default. Just go to software.opensuse.org and search for the package. Very nice. And I like OpenSUSE. I am getting more and more into video editing. So heavy video editing, not just cutting together like I do with the tech channel, but actually effects and things. So I'd like something a little more stable than OpenSUSE, and you'll see what's coming in future videos about that. For now, that's about all. I'm Jacob Kaufman, I'm on the street, and I will see you guys later. See ya.